Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Not I'm Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about dual lands. Yes, in this case, revised dual lands. And people who watch the channel frequently know I bring out this setup, the Magic Con 2024 Amsterdam playmat. I normally use different playmats from the different card games I'm talking about when I'm in the overhead view. People who watch the channel frequently know that I am almost finished with my revised dual lands. Almost. And today we're actually gonna finish the set. And while I'm showing you what I'm still missing and what I got, I will talk about the actual price movements at the moment. It's not a price channel, you know that. I'm not doing the weekly market mover updates. Easy. I know it might be a lot of work, but it's still easy to do because you got like a format that is returning every time, so you can recycle parts of your video maybe. I never really do that. I do talk about the market sometimes, but in general I only talk about the market if I have something to talk about in hand. For example, prices of a certain card or prices of a group of cards, like in this case the dual land. By the way, Magic Con is coming back to Amsterdam this year. I'm gonna see if I can make content from there again as well as I did last time. Dual lands, folks. I don't know if you have been paying attention, but if you have, then you will have recognized that dual lands are on the rise again. Yeah, it's a sunny day. I'm sorry if it's a little bit shiny. I wanted to keep the blinds open at least a little bit. Got a little bit of shadow here in the play area so I can show you some cards. But yeah, I think we all know what this is, right? So when I'm going to show it to you in detail, I'm going to show it to you here. But dual lands have been on the rise again. Not only the unlimited ones and the alpha and beta crazy prices. I think for a nice alpha dual land you pay around 6,000 bucks. Beta 3, roughly half if it's really good condition. Sometimes I see them for 3.8 or something. And alpha, of course, can go higher than 6. If it's really minty, it can go a lot higher than that, maybe up to 10k. But even unlimited and revised are moving up again. I don't know if it has to do, probably it has to do with the old school format, which is very popular. But in general, I see old cards selling. Not only Power 9, not only dual lands, but other reserved list cards as well. And you know, I mostly keep an eye on the reserved list cards for the cards I'm still missing, or unlimited cards, even if they are not on the reserve list, because I try to find some still for my unlimited set. Dual lands have been going up. Yes, that was a long sentence, so I have to breathe. I got a couple of Tigers here. Actually, I think I do have, yeah, more than 4. Let's see. Yes, if I can fit that in the picture. Maybe this will be a nice thumbnail in the end. I actually got 5 Tigers here. I got a couple of Savannahs, which always are nice. And I think the dual lands, Rudy says that a lot, but the dual lands are the cornerstone of every Magic the Gathering collection. And I totally agree with that, because the dual lands, in the end, are used in every single deck. Vintage deck, old school deck, or whatever. You have to have your dual lands. That's your mana basis. And without mana, you can't play. As you will see here, I only do have 3 revised plateaus. And that's very... The reason for that is that's very simple. Yes, it is very simple. But the reason for that is very simple. I do actually have an unlimited plateau, and I never needed more than 4 to play. But somehow this bothers me, as you can imagine, because I want to have a playset of 4, and then I can leave the unlimited cards in the unlimited binder and be done with it. In general, cards like Plateau have been around 180 to 200 bucks about half a year ago. Don't ask me why half a year ago everything hasn't been that popular or whatever, but that simply was the case. Tropical islands here. Let's put them here. Very sought after card. Obviously, I think I do have 4. Yes, that's good. Tundra, one of my favorites. Unlimited ones have been going up to $1,000 for a nice Tundra. Maybe even 1,100 if it's like minty. Crazy, crazy. Same goes for Underground Sea. As you can see, the Underground Sea, I actually do have a few of those. From some dual lands from back in the day, I still have a few extra left. I had piles and piles of dual lands because kids in my school, they really didn't care about the lands, and back in the day they weren't worth anything, and they cared about the big creatures. So for a crawworm you sometimes got like a dual land because they traded it and they didn't care at all. But in general, I do have a playset of everything still, and I didn't really get... I sold a lot back in the day for scrublands here. Sold a lot back in the day. Can we all see it well? Yes, we can. Except for the fact that there is... Maybe for a thumbnail or whatever, I will get the blinds down a little bit more. So as you can see, I'm still missing a plateau. And that is not the case anymore, because I got one at 3-for-1 trading, and I got that one actually end of last year already, because at the moment my financial situation isn't the best. So this actually is still a card I haven't filmed a video of that came in quite a while ago. You see some wear around the edges here, but for the rest, pretty nice, pretty sweet plateau. I'm happy with it. The front especially is very, very clean. Drew Tucker artwork, same as the Unlimited artwork, which is different, and the Alpha and Beta artwork. Drew Tucker drew the other plateau as well. Really, really cool. See the little guy here up on the hill? Very nice. I really wanted to get another plateau from Revised because, oops, see? Always be careful with your cards. I was careful, but the sleeve de-sleeved a little bit. There was a little bit de-sleeving action going on, so yeah, that's better. I really wanted to get a 4th plateau just to finish out the set. Probably might trade the extra Underground Sea for something unlimited and the extra Tiger as well, but for now I don't mind. You can never have enough dual lands. This actually I bought, I think, in December or something for around $180. It says light played good, which I think is fair. As you saw, yeah, you can leave it in the sleeve, but you saw the back as well. I would consider this at least good. Light played might be a bit harsh because of the rough edges, but that's the grading I actually use. I don't mind if a card is a little bit light played or a little rough around the edges and has seen some play. For me, it doesn't have to be near mint. Now, I checked. Today, a card like this currently would probably set you back $240 to $260 on 3-for-1, which is the exact same reference I can use because I bought it there. 3-for-1 trading is a big European card seller, big European card shop, and organizing tournaments and stuff like that. I normally only buy from them. Folks, the same goes for all the other Unlimited Revised duels as well. The price has been going up recently. Let's move that over here. Maybe that looks a little bit cooler. And I got everything together. And I might even not have to turn down the blinds or shut the blinds to get a nice... Yeah, we're good. To get a nice thumbnail here. Long ramble. about 10 minutes for just one dual land. What I'm actually saying, folks, if you're still here, leave the code word Yoda in the comments, because then I know you watched the video until the end. Something like, oh, Yoda would like dual lands as well. What I wanted to say is, if you still need those, if you need a set of 10, maybe not a set of 40, if you need just 1 or 2 for certain decks, I have said this before, and I've said this, I think, at least 50 times in my videos over the year. I have more than 1,000 videos up, and I talked about dual lands a lot. Make sure you got them while you still need them. Make sure you don't overpay. The prices, I think, will only go up. And of course, it fluctuates over the years. After MTG 30, these got a lot cheaper. Card that was like $800-900 for a revised one, Volcanic Island, got back down to $400-500. Now it's back up to $600 again. So still cheaper than the all-time highs. But who says the all-time highs are not around the corner? And of course cards can drop, of course cards can go up. If I look at everything here, I bought, and of course I got a lot from back in the day, as I said, but I bought a couple over the years just to finish out my playsets of cards I got rid of because I didn't need them at the time, and for us it was like, yeah, get rid of it, get the cards you need. You know how it goes. Back then you didn't consider keeping like a set of 40 revised dual lands just to have them if you ever want to build decks. Now I do. So even when I look back at the cards I bought over the years, all of them, since I bought them, even with the fluctuation, even with MTG 30 going on, even with everything dropping to the bottom, everything going to the moon, all of them I paid less than I would pay now. And I think that's a lesson in Magic the Gathering, that over time you normally probably better get the cards you want now. And if it's old revised cards, we're not talking about a Jeweled Lotus they will reprint again, probably. We're talking about a Black Lotus. We're talking about a Volcanic Island. We're talking about a Mox Sapphire. Yeah? So get the cards you want. Get them while you can for a fair price. And if it's worth it to you. If you think $180 for a plateau just to finish out the set is crazy, and you rather buy, I don't know, a Secrets of Strixhaven collector booster box for $500, go for it. But you could buy probably 2 random dual lands for the same price. At the moment it needed to be like a Plateau and a Savannah, like the cheaper ones, not a Volcanic Island. But in general, you know what I mean. It's all relative. I enjoy this more than the regular booster boxes. I buy booster boxes from time to time just to play with friends. That is fair if the set appeals to me. But in general, I only go for the old stuff, and especially the reserve list stuff. Unless I need some cards for my decks, then it's a little bit of a different story, but I normally try not to overpay then. Folks, stay healthy, stay frosty. Let me know in the comments with the code word Yoda if you have noticed dual lands actually going up in price. If you have got some you're still missing, or in general if you just don't care at all. That's good as well. Thanks a lot for listening, folks. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.